Hi guys, and welcome back to Lasting Peace. I figured I would share with you the primary man in my life at the time being. This is Brave. You may have seen him before from some previous videos. But the other man in my life, the first one for real, my husband should be back from a deployment really soon, so I'm excited. I'm sure that may give me lots of interesting things to share with you as God continues to work in our marriage and in our lives. So, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about something that a misinterpretation, or at least a different interpretation of one of the Ten Commandments. You've heard it said, "Thou shalt not take the name of the Lord your God in vain." Pretty much everyone knows that, whether they're a Christian or not. It's kind of just almost a cliche anymore, something we blow off. But even more than just blowing it off and using the name, oh my God, or whatever we say in slang, I think, having listened to something my pastor said last week, that there's a lot more to it. I was telling you a minute ago about my husband. Think about it if you're married or if you anticipate getting married, what they say or what it's called when a woman assumes the man's name. It's called, she takes his name. And the connotation in the Old Testament was not necessarily thou shouldn't say God's name in vain, although that is something that is important and we should respect it. But the connotation is actually, do not take the Lord's name in vain. Do not assume it. And there's many times and other places in the Bible where God talks about giving us his name or calling us by his name. And so by accepting Christ as our Savior, by acknowledging that Elohim is the God of the universe, that the God of the Bible is our personal Lord and Savior, we are taking his name. And then the progression of that verse, do not take it in vain, would mean don't take that lightly. You have assumed his name. Therefore, your conduct, your words, everything about your life should respect that. Don't take it lightly. Don't take it in vain. So I just want to encourage you to think about that. If you have accepted Christ as your Savior, how are you wearing his name? How are you bearing it out? How are you carrying his name and his reputation as you go about your day and in your life and with your friends and family? So anyway, I hope that gives you something to think about, and I will see y'all next week.